Yeah, I don't know which one it is. I'm the only one. I joined the one which you sent me. Yeah, I see Srilata Mataji joining.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, we are trying to figure out which is the link to join. So we got a little late.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Wow, Hare Krishna Kirtan.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada and Gurudev.
Dandavat Pranam, Nandini Sundari Mataji, Amol Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, welcome Mataji, Hare Krishna. ठीक है. We can begin now. We're taking some breaks after India trip. Okay. Om Gyantamirangasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Vijayi Panyamanovitam Yena Bhutari Swayam Rupa Kadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim Yatkripa tamaham bande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam. This is Canto 3. पता नहीं क्या है AI. Anyways, this is Canto 3, chapter number 14. Pregnancy of Diti in the evening. The last that we discussed was Varahadev killing Hiranyaksha. So Vidura This is a continuing conversation between Vidura and Maitreya Muni. Vidura was very satisfied hearing this pastime of Varahadev killing Hiranyaksha. But he was still hungry to hear more and more. So the nature of bhakti is when we are performing, it is very satisfying. And if we have a great taste for it, see the difference between a material taste and spiritual taste. A material taste is like it goes away once we get what we are looking for. It temporarily goes away. Like for example, if I have taste for eating gulab jamuns, and if I eat 5 gulab jamuns, then after that I don't need any more gulab jamuns. But spiritual taste is like if I have taste in hearing or taste in chanting or any taste in like real taste, then when I am doing it, then I will be very satisfied doing it. But the moment if I really have taste, the moment I stop doing it, there will be a strong hankering for more. So it's like it's satisfying when we are doing it, but it is never satisfying. And that's why the nature of devotional service is that it is continuous for pure devotees. They're continuously. Srila Prabhupada also in one of the purport, Prabhupada says, for those who are feeling separation from Krishna, those who have come to that stage, they can read books by the Goswamis. So why? Because they are they have such great taste and hankering for Krishna, and they're like they want to devour Krishna more and more by drinking this Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan. And for them to pacify their hunger to drink Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan. So Prabhupada says one is on that platform, they can read the books of Goswamis that describes the transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna. So here there is one such devotee who is actually an incarnation of Yamaraj, whose name is Vidur, and he has such great hankering to hear about Hari Kirtan. And after describing how Hiranyaksha was killed, Maitreya Muni he stopped, and Vidura is like, please don't stop. This is his hunger, and he says, I am not satisfied. I am not satisfied just by hearing what I heard. What you spoke is great, but then my hunger is, I just please continue these transcendental subject matters of the pastimes of the Lord. So he folded his hand and he's begging Maitreya Muni, speak more. Then what should be the topic of discussion? So then this is um, then Vidura is telling why the fight happened in the first place. What was the cause of this fight um, between Hiranyaksha? Hiranyaksha is killed. Now he's like, tell me more why that fight happened. So in a way, he's digging back, and because he's digging back, that's where this chapter gets the name "Pregnancy of Diti in the Evening." Because eventually we will see how Diti gave birth to Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and eventually lead to how Hiranyaksha was killed. But Hiranyaksha is already killed in the previous chapter. So now coming the backstory of Hiranyaksha. And this will go all the way to Jai Vijay, four Kumaras, Vishnu. We'll see a lot of details from those teachings. We'll go in depth of those conversations. Um, um, Today we will go in depth of the conversation between Kashyap Muni and Diti that happened before the pregnancy. So Vidura said that I am very faithful. Anything you speak, I hear with 100% faith. I accept everything you say. Just keep on glorifying the Lord. Um, um, I am greatly inquisitive. This is another. Just by observing Vidura, we can understand pure devotees. We can understand um, um, their behavior and their mood. So it's like I'm greatly inquisitive. So these devotees are greatly inquisitive. I know we have Hare Krishna Kirtan Prabhu. He got initiated from Radha Govind Maharaj. So one devotee, Rasika Bhuvi Prabhu, I was discussing with him. Rasika Bhuvi Prabhu, this is some time back. And Rasika Bhuvi Prabhu was mentioning Radha Govind Maharaj was very sick that time, and Maharaj would hardly be able to get up. He was lying on the bed. So there is one very dear disciple of Radha Govind Maharaj. His name is Venu Gayak Prabhu. So Venu Gayak Prabhu and Rasikapur Prabhu, they are very close friends. So they both were with Maharaj and they were massaging the feet of Maharaj. Rasikapur Prabhu was massaging the feet of Maharaj. And Venu Gayak Prabhu was um, reading from this one book called Bhaktamala. It's about the pure devotion of various saints. It includes Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and this is like 1700 or 1800. So around that time, all the saints from all sampradayas who have attained perfection, their stories and how Krishna would reciprocate, like a loving relationship between devotee. So Bhakta Mala, Mala means garland. Bhakta Mala means the garland of devotees. So this was originally written in Hindi. Now we also have an English version of Bhakta Mala. So it was written in Bengali and then translated into Hindi, and now we have English also by ISKCON Plus. So Maharaj was just Venugai Prabhu is like there is always one servant with Maharaj, and Maharaj just this devotee Venugai Prabhu, he's speaking about Krishna, speaking about devotees of Krishna, and Maharaj is just eyes is closed, complete absorption, doesn't know what is going on around, and Maharaj is continuously crying and hearing. And Maharaj is like this. Anytime Venugai Prabhu will stop, Maharaj will open his eyes and look at him. And Venugai Prabhu has to continue reading. So this is like a taste that a pure devotee develops. Because Maharaj has rendered so much seva, so much. Maharaj is deep placed in Bhagavatam. So much preaching Maharaj has done. Immense. So it's like his hunger is like intense. So this is like we see here Vidura. He's like, I'm greatly inquisitive. And he imagine if somebody is speaking Hari Katha and they stop speaking Hari Katha and we say, oh, all glories to you, this devotee ki jai, now we'll go for Mahaprasad. But here Vidura is not having such mindset. And Vidura is like he's begging and folding his hand, please go on, go on, go on. That's why this Bhagavatam and these speakers and these listeners, they are coming from a very transcendental state. Um, That's why Bhagavatam doesn't deal with anything other than that highest stage of pure devotion. And that's why it becomes more and more relishable because these devotees who are fully pure at heart, it is also mentioned beginning of Bhagavatam. There's, that this Bhagavatam is drunk by those who are fully pure at heart. Those who are fully pure at heart, they can fully relate to Bhagavatam. For us, it's like it's purifying because we are getting a glimpse of that. We are not there, probably difficult to get there in this life, but we are getting a glimpse of that. We are like, wow, that's so attractive. So here Vidura is telling, I'm very faithful, I'm so hungry, I'm so eager, and I'm so inquisitive. Just keep on glorifying. Then Maitreya Muni responds after hearing this inquisitiveness from Vidura. Maitreya said, your behavior is befitting a sadhu. What you are saying, what you're speaking, you are a sadhu. That's only sadhu can do like that. And Maitreya Muni also says these discussions awards liberation. Hari Katha gives liberation. And but here Vidura and Maitreya Muni both are already liberated soul. But those who are not liberated like us, hearing these will award us liberation. Maitreya Muni gives an example of Maharaj Dhruva. He says, see him, he heard Hari Katha from Narada. And what happened? What was the result of Dhruva hearing Hari Katha from Narada? He ascended to the abode of Lord Narayan. This is the power of hearing from Narada. So this is history. This Hari Katha will award liberation. Um, and then Maitreya begins describing. Maitreya Muni said, actually, once what happened? All the devatas approached Brahma out of great anxiety. And why devatas approached Brahma out of great anxiety? Because these devata became scared because of these two demoniac people, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. That much powerful they were that devatas could not fight them, and they had to fled to Brahma telling, please help us, what do we do? So I'll tell you about these two demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So one time there was Diti. Actually, there was a saint, a grandson of Brahma. Grandson, his name was Kashyap Muni. And Kashyap Muni got married to 13 daughters of Daksha. Daksha has many daughters. And one of the daughter of Daksha was Sati. Sati got married to Lord Shiva. And these 13 other daughters. And we see these daughters are also mentioned when I'm sure we will go to Sati pastime also in the next canto, if this call resumes. Um, um, we see Sati was mentioning, all my sisters are going to Daksha Yagya. I also want to go. So these daughters were going, including Diti, Aditi, and everyone else. And all these daughters of all these daughters of Daksha who were married to Kashyapa had children. Only Diti was barren. Diti had no child. And she would see all these, all my 12 sisters, they have children. And she would feel like the life, the wife really wants a child actually. So she approached her husband, and there were two things. One thing is, she at this point of time was very much inflicted with lusty desires. So she wants to unite with Kashyap Muni. And there was also both her primary reason. One is lust was attacking, and one was she wanted a child. Both. So naturally, the wife should approach the husband and humbly beg for a child. So Diti, daughter of Daksha, she approached Kashyap Muni, and it was a evening time. And Kashyap Muni was sitting in his ashram. And Kashyap Muni it was the evening time, so um, just evening, they perform this yagya, this sacrificial fire, and they offer oblations like yagya they perform. So Kashyap Muni just finished up the sacrificial fire yagya, offering oblations, ahuti, purna ahuti, and then he was sitting in his ashram. Um, his eyes was closed in meditation, in trance, remembering the form of the Lord. And Diti came running, and Diti said, "My dear husband," and she began saying that this calm is torturing me, or lust is torturing me. Um, I am greatly distressed that all my sisters, all my co-wives, they all have children. Um, I also want a children. Um, um, and if I will get a children, then my fame and your fame will spread all over. Because actually the woman who doesn't have children is not seen at that point of time. Now it's quite common actually, but that point of time woman without children was not seen in good eyes. And she's like, if you give me children, then my fame will spread, and your fame that you help me will also spread. um, um, you Kashyap, I always loved you so much. Even before marriage, I liked you. I have been attracted to you even before our marriage. Um, um, why should I alone be the one who don't have children when all my sisters have children? A great personality um, should not neglect one who approaches him in distress. So I'm approaching you with distress of this lusty desire and desire for children. Please don't push me away or neglect my request. So it is said that Kashyap, and she was coming and she was begging, um, Kashyapa, please. She would not take the name. My dear husband, please help me. I am tormented. And it is said that Kashyap Muni, the phrase uses, who was not very strong. In the translation, not being very strong. So she um, he told Diti. Then he started speaking. He said he actually started glorifying Diti. He says the wife has a great service and role in the life of a husband. The wife helped the husband to attain dharma, artha, kama. How kama? Kama is like material desire. Um, the wife helps to fulfill the desires of the husband. The wife also guides the husband towards the path of religion. When the husband does something wrong, then the wife guides him. So how the wife helps the husband attain dharma and fulfill the material desire, kama. And Srila Prabhupada also says if the husband is very much like afflicted by material desire, then the wife satisfies the material desire of the husband, so the husband can peacefully practice his Krishna consciousness. Because otherwise he will be always disturbed and hankering. How will he practice Krishna consciousness? So in that way helps to fulfill kama, and which in turn helps to fulfill dharma. And the wife also helps the husband with artha. Artha means like wealth or something, because in today's day and age also we see if the husband is working or a business or something, then wife always supports and helps, um, or listens to husband's problem, so that the husband can peacefully continue working. So from all perspective, the wife is a great support to a husband. So you, and he is glorifying, Kashyap Muni is glorifying his wife. And he says we both, he says, by living with one's wife, um, um, a householder can support all the other ashramas. Srila Prabhupada says brahmachari, vanaprastha, sannyas, they don't work, and this is the responsibility of the grahastha ashram who are earning to maintain the other ashramas. But now the time has changed. I was mentioning this earlier also somewhere. Now the time has changed because previously quarter population was brahmachari, quarter population was vanaprastha, quarter population was sannyas. First 25, next 25, next 25, last 25, and quarter population was grihastha. So every one among four is only grihastha, three among four don't work. And I was telling earlier somewhere, suppose 8 billion population, suppose, then 2 billion were sannyasis, 2 billion were manaprasthas, and 2 billion were brahmacharis. Imagine if there are 2 billion sannyasis and 2 billion brahmacharis, 2 billion manaprastha, what will be the spiritual state of this earth? So that was what was happening. And Grahasthas had great responsibility to maintain all the ashramas. So with the help of one's wife, because see, if wife is not there, how will you support? How will you feed? How will you cook? How will you do it? So the wife helps the husband to attain perfection and cross over cycle of birth and death just by serving the saints. And that is not possible without the help of a wife. A man cannot do it. So how much grateful Kashyap Muni is telling, I am to you, my dear wife Diti. The wife is considered as the better half of husband's body, because she takes so much responsibility for the husband. The husband can go out and husband can be carefree because he knows that wife is there and she will take care of everything. When the husband is out taking care of children, whether it's arranging for the groceries, whether it is cooking, or some problem comes, handling with the problem. So because she is there back in the home to take care of all the things, the husband can without anxiety travel and do his work. So it's such a great support. Kashyap Muni is telling that to have you, um, and also, um, when the husband, and also see previously na, these, I mean, I'm telling you based on contemporary word, but previously these husbands would not go for work, but most of these husbands were saints. That's why his name is Kashyapa Muni. So Kashyap Muni would just offer, worship Narayan, perform sacrificial fire, go in trance, and the wife would take care of everything, um, take care of servants, take care of maintenance, and the husband can freely focus on his Krishna consciousness. Um, and then Kashyap Muni is saying that whatever spiritual progress husband makes, the wife shares half of it, because husband is able to practice because of the support of the wife. So how grateful I am to you, Um, and because of having a wife, a grihastha can conquer the senses. How? Because the wife will take care of the need of the senses of the husband. But if wife is not there, then the senses may go wild, and some wrong things may happen also. Um, that's why those senses are very difficult to conquer in other ashramas. But having a wife makes like gives an opportunity for the husband to fulfill the desires. So in this way, the husband can never repay in this life or the next life the favor done by the good wife. After saying Kashyap Muni, after expressing his gratitude to Diti, then Kashyap Muni says, whatever your desire is for a child, for all that you have done for me, I will certainly fulfill your desire. But please wait for one Muhurta. Muhurta refers to 24 minutes. So Kashyap Muni is telling Diti, 24 minutes रुको बस, 24 minutes you wait, and then I will fulfill, because if anything happens, because this time if we unite for our child, everybody will criticize us. Others will, and they will criticize me. Kashyap Muni is telling, because as a Muni, I should know the rules and regulations of what should be done, when and how. But I will be greatly criticized if I fulfill your desire right now. Also, Lord Shiva, along with his associates, the ghosts, this is the time they come out and they move here and there. Um, Lord Shiva is your brother-in-law, um, and he has three eyes. And with his three eyes, he can see us. He can see everybody. He can see us. And brother-in-law, because Daksha and Sati are real brothers. They both are real daughters of Daksha. So Lord Shiva is like a brother-in-law of Diti. Um, 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 and although Shiva is our relative, yet he is equal to all. He is equal to all. He does not distinguish between a relative and a non-relative. He's on a completely transcendental. He's on a completely transcendental platform. So he won't show you any favor if we unite now. Just 24 minutes. If we unite now. Hare Krishna. अपनी class में, हाँ? Yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Uh, mm, if we unite now, then Lord Shiva is equal to all, and he will see that we have made a mistake, and we'll get the reaction for that. And he won't see that you are sister-in-law, so आपको माफी देंगे. You will be forgiven. No, he's on a spiritual platform. Does not matter the bodily relationships. But although ghosts are the followers of Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva is not bound by them. Not like Lord Shiva is not like a conditioned soul. In fact, the saints, the exalted saints, they worship Lord Shiva. His character is spotless. He's always perfect. His personality, Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is such a personality. He's superior even to Lord Brahma. Even Brahma follows the principles that are set by Lord Shiva. Kashyap Muni is glorifying Lord Shiva. Kashyap Muni is like, see, this is very nice. Kashyap Muni is telling this time is highly inauspicious. Why it's inauspicious? Because Lord Shiva and the ghosts are moving about in this direction. But he doesn't want to give Diti an impression that Lord Shiva is inauspicious. Although the time is inauspicious, the ghostly beings are inauspicious. And he is moving around with Lord Shiva. But he is telling that um, Lord Lord Shiva is like great personality. So he's like he doesn't want to commit an offense of um, putting Lord Shiva in the same category as the ghost. That's why he's telling that he's a liberated soul. Anybody who approaches him, Lord Shiva can remove their ignorance also. Um, um, and to the devotees of Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, devotees of Lord, he gives them liberation. Lord Shiva, he gives them liberation. Fools who are dog eaters, they disrespect Lord Shiva. Very strongly, Kashyap Muni is telling. He's glorifying Lord Shiva with his like as if he has four mouths. Um, but Diti is not willing to listen. Diti is listening. So I think this talk itself may have happened few minutes, but the Uttari of Kashyapa, Diti started. She was so much um, um, captured by Cupid, the lusty desires. She started pulling the Uttari of Kashyap Muni, and Kashyap Muni. Um, That's why it is said not very strong. So Kashyap Muni was obliged. He thought maybe this is what the faith is, and then he laid down with her in a secluded place. And then after the ceremony was performed, Kashyap Muni went, bathed, and then he chanted Gayatri. So it is said that whenever the semen is lost, and those who are Brahman initiated for them, whenever there is a knowingly or unknowingly loss of semen, one should chant Gayatri. So Kashyap Muni, he sat down and he chanted Gayatri. Um, but Diti, after the ceremony was over, then that desire was gone. It like subsided, and then the intelligence of Diti started to act. And Diti started thinking, "What a blunder did I do? My husband is a greatly realized soul. He told me if you force me in this act, I will be reproached. This is sinful at this point of time. The result will be inauspicious. The ghost and Lord Shiva glance will be on us and it will be inauspicious for the project. This is not the right time." But Diti intelligence was not working because she was captured by lusty desires. But when the lust was subsided, then she started lamenting like, "What a great fool I am," Diti was thinking. And Kashyap Muni, he was very upset. He was very disturbed, Kashyap Muni. He took his bath and he was chanting Gayatri. It's called Sandhya Vandanam. When he was chanting Gayatri, usually nobody goes, especially in the previous culture. The wife never disturbed the husband while the husband is chanting Gayatri. And they would chant prolonged Gayatri for some time. So he was chanting Gayatri and she was trembling, actually, Diti, very ashamed, with the head lowered in, like, like disgust with herself. Um, uh, she uh, she approached Kashyap Muni and she started speaking. Um, and she said, um, "May Lord Shiva not kill my embryo because of my sin." She understood this was very sinful, what I did, and that at the point of time I did. I committed a great sin against Lord Shiva. So may he not become angry and kill my embryo. Although he is, although there is anger in Lord Shiva, he is very forgiving also. And on the top, he is very merciful to women, especially. So, and on the top, he is also the husband of my sister Sati, and he loves Sati so much. So, may Lord Shiva consider all this, and nothing inauspicious may happen. May he be pleased with us. And she was really lamenting. In her heart, she is begging forgiveness from Shiva. She is begging forgiveness from Vishnu. She's begging forgiveness from to her husband, and she was coming to her. She came back to her senses, and she was trembling. She was trembling because the husband is chanting Gayatri, and she's disturbing the husband while the Sandhya Vadana was going on. But she could not stop because she was greatly disturbed. Her mind in anxiety about the future, um, um, and she wanted a child. She desperately wanted a child, and now she got a seed. She got the child in her womb. Now she doesn't want the child to be killed because all her sisters have children. She alone doesn't have children. And because of the lust, getting children not a problem. But because of the lust, at an inauspicious time, she really wants the child. So she's like, what do I do to protect and this child should come out? Naturally, mothers who conceive, especially if they are waiting for the children for a very long time, and finally they're able to conceive, there is so much fear that will the child come out after 9 months? Will I be able to give birth? Or especially in this day and age, so miscarriage problem is so frequent nowadays. But that time, the fear was not of miscarriage. The fear was Lord Shiva and the curse and the sin how it's gonna impact my own children, my own child. So she's approaching Kashyap Muni and like, please, please tell me. And Kashyap Muni was a saint. Kashyap Muni can see past, present, future also. So she's like, please tell me if everything is auspicious, or how can I counteract? I'm begging forgiveness. I'm very ashamed. So Kashyap Muni said, Kashyap Muni became very angry. He was chanting Gayatri. He stopped his Sandhya Vandana and he looked at Diti, and very angry he said, you want to know what is going to happen now? A disaster will happen. Kashyap Muni said, it was greatly inauspicious act. Kashyap Muni also, he gave in to Diti's demand. He also came back to like full consciousness, and he could see what is going to happen. And he told Diti that because I told you to wait, but because of your mind's pollution, and because you um, uh, like you denied the inauspiciousness of the time, you didn't consider, you were like, you didn't care about what is auspicious time, what is inauspicious time. um, and because I told you what not to do, and you didn't even follow my instructions, you neglected my orders, my instruction. Kashyamuni actually said, not now, tolerate. She said, no, 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 right now, right now. So he said, because first of all, जैसे होता है ना guru avagya, disobeying the orders of spiritual master. One of the guru is husband. What to speak about if the guru is like Kashyap Muni? So you neglected my order. You didn't care about auspicious, inauspicious time, and your mind was so polluted. And Devatas, I told you out of respect for Devatas, when a Devata is walking, you don't perform such act. Devata should not see, Lord Shiva should not see you in such situation, or me in such situation, highly inauspicious. But when Devatas are walking by, we should respect them. If some guest comes, we should respect them. This is the time Devatas are coming, Lord Shiva is coming. Respect them, bow down, but not for example, one of the offense, seva aparad, is eating in front of the deities. Because Bhagwan samne khade hain and we are enjoying our own food. But actually, if the Lord is there, then we should always, the Lord is in the center. We are not in the center. But you didn't even care. This is like apathy or indifference to Devatas. Who is coming, who is going, who cares? What I want, what my desire is, I'll just get. So you have shown apathy to Devatas because of a polluted mind. You have neglected my order, and you didn't care about anything like auspicious, inauspicious time. You will have two sons, and they both will be contemptuous. They will be completely degraded souls. In fact, they will be so sinful that they will constantly make all the three words suffer. They will give pain to the entire upper planetary system, lower planetary system, middle planetary system. Everybody they will inflict pain. Those who are sinless, innocent people, they will kill them. And women, they will torture woman class, and they will enrage great souls, and they will be killed by the supreme. So in this way, and there were these five predictions. Bhagwan unko marenge. They will inflict all the people on this planet Earth, all the three words, they will inflict suffering upon them. They will kill innocent and sinless people. They will torture women, and they will torture and inflict pain onto great souls. So Diti heard, and it was like she really wanted a child. The other progeny, very good children. Diti's sister Aditi, her progeny is like Devatas. They are devotees of the Lord. Diti is a devotee of the Lord. That's why she is like begging forgiveness. She is repenting. These are signs of good souls. Prabhupada says repentance is a sign of a good soul. She is supporting her husband. Her husband is always in trance, remembering the Lord, performing sacrificial fire onto Narayan. So this is a very pious family. All the children, imagine there is a joint family. All the children are very good. and 2 children are demon. So what kind of infamy it will bring to that mother? How inauspicious that mother's life will be. And every child is a devotee of the Lord, but these 2 child will try to kill the Lord, like Jagai Madhai were basically their incarnations also. Hiranyakashipu and Yaksha incarnation also. What a great disgrace! How inauspicious that act, that the whole life of Diti would be. And Kashyap Muni also will be defamed with this uh, for all time to come, that the father of demon is Kashyap Muni. Great Muni, but then he will also be called as the father of demon. So how inauspicious was the whole turn around would be. But Diti found solace in one line, that is that they will be killed by the Lord. So Diti said, um, 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 although it was highly sinful, my act was highly sinful, I find solace in this statement that my children will be killed by the Lord. That will be very auspicious. So see, right now Diti is in a devotional mood, prayerful mode, repentance mode, and so she can see that blessing. If even if my children are killed by the Supreme Lord, that's still a great blessing. Whether God give punishment or whether God give award, in whatever Krishna brings in our life, a humble devotee sees both as Krishna's blessings. Um, mm. So Diti said, may they be killed by the Lord, but I always pray that may they never be killed by the wrath of a Brahman. So this shows that Diti was very afraid of Brahmana's anger. And it is said that those who are killed by the wrath of Brahmana, they are not respected even in hell or any other species of life. Their life is like very much condemned. But killing by the Supreme Lord is very auspicious. Um, um, then when Kashyap Muni saw that her humble mood, her repentance, and her faith in Brahmanas, um, that and she was begging, she was crying, her deplorable situation. Then Kashyap Muni gave her the benediction, and then she also had great respect for Lord Shiva. It's just she was temporarily, she was overcome by cupid or lusty desires, but in her heart she was a genuine mother, and who highly respected the Brahmanas, the devotees, the Lord Shiva. But it was a circumstantial fall down. So when Kashyap Muni noticed that and how she was lamenting, then Kashyap Muni said that I bless you that you will have a grandson, and who will become as famous as the Lord himself. And that grandson, which was actually Prahlad, and that grandson will be so glorious that all the saints for all time to come will worship that Prahlad. Although he will be a saint, he will be such a saint that all the other saints for all time to come will worship Prahlad. Today we see all the devotees, they worship Prahlad Maharaj. Even like or the entire parampara worship Prahlad Maharaj. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved hearing about Prahlad. Such a saint Prahlad Maharaj was. So Kashyap Muni gave that benediction. There is also a saying that the words of pure devotees never go in vain. When pure devotee gives some benediction, has to happen. Krishna makes sure that happens. Whether it's a curse or a benediction, has to happen. And we see how Narad Muni cursed and Nalakvira Manigriva, and they became trees. And now here she got a best blessing. The grandson will be such a devotee that he will be worshipped just like Narayan. Today we worship Nrsingadev and simultaneously worship Prahlad Maharaj. Jai Nrsingadev, Jai Prahlad Maharaj, Jai Prabhu. So in this way, she was pacified. So she is glorious because her grandson is Prahlad, but then she is also the mother's love brings attachment also. So although right now she's in a good consciousness, later on when Hiranyakashipu got killed by Lord Vishnu, she could not take it. Right now she is pacified, But that time, because so much attachment developed, she could not take it. So she became like, she thought the cause of my son's death is Indra. So she later on asked another child from Kashyap Muni, telling, give me a child that will kill Indra. And Kashyap Muni said, oh no, how did I get in trap of fulfilling her desires? So right now at least she's in a very devotional mood. Then okay, so we have come, he glorified Prahlad Maharaj. Then the whole universe will be pleased with Prahlad Maharaj. He will be such a devotee of the Lord, and the Lord will be very satisfied with this grandson, with this devotee. This grandson will have no other desire other than remembering and pleasing the Lord. He will be a Mahabhagavat. Um, and he after he will his devotional service will be so mature, and his ecstasy will be so mature, that he will be able to enter Vaikuntha planet, your grandson. Uh, he will see the Lord in this life. He will see the Lord internally when he will remember the Lord, and he will see the Lord externally. The Lord will appear for him. And hearing this, that the grandson will be a great devotee, and her sons will be killed by Lord Vishnu himself, Diti was pacified and Diti was satisfied. So this ends on this chapter of um, Diti's pregnancy in the evening. So are there any discussion? Anybody want to ask anything? Say anything? Okay. I think no discussion. So yeah, it's very nice to resume our Bhagavatam discussion again. Um, Next chapter is the description of Vaikuntha planets. Okay, all right. Should we end here? Yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. No question, but yeah, very grateful for you to resume the Bhagavatam reading. We were really missing it a lot. So thank you so much for
Literally,
your
Nika
time.
Mataji, we are waiting for Prabhuji, right? It's
Yes,
so
yes.
long.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam,
Thank you,
Prabhuji. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Srinivas Prabhu, Amol Prabhu, Padma Mataji, Sundari Sundari, Radha Bhavani Devi, and all the devotees. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vachakam
Prabhuji.
Sarvabhaya Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Ananta Koti Vaishnavebhyo Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Soumya.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Harshanya. Hare Krishna.